All I know is that children's homes should not exist at all. The sort of system that is already in place might be helpful, though. Yes, here you find speech therapists, social workers, psychologists, teachers of music, but there is no mother here.
Mom, I have a problem here.
What is it?
2 fingers are sticking out in the glove.
You need to fix it like this. Perfect. Have you got the idea?
Lydia Chuguntseva is a career mother. Her formal position is appropriately called mother. Her formal workplace is the 4th cottage on the right-hand side from the gate leading into Children's Village near St. Petersburg. Her main job is raising children. Now 5 children are under her wing.
Yes, I feel like a real mother.
But these are not your own children, are they?
I don't separate these children from my own.
12 typical houses built for a special project. In each building there's a mother and 5 or 8 children. Life is regulated by the administration and government. But this is not an orphanage. Rather, it is a village. It's called SOS Children's Village.
Each family occupies a separate cottage, since every family consists of the mother and her children. Each family upholds its own traditions and celebrates festive occasions. They do all that together. Even the color of the curtains over the windows distinguishes one building from another.
The idea of children's villages for single women and homeless children first cropped up after World War II. The problem of street urchins was quite acute in the war-ravaged Europe in the late 1940s. The first SOS Children's Village made its appearance in Austria in 1949. Today, there are 450 such villages around the world, including 4 in Russia.
In an ordinary family, the child feels he's treated for what he's worth, no matter how he behaves at school or how many bad marks he has. He knows that he will always find soup in the fridge or some potatoes he can peel and cook for dinner, if his mother hasn't done it for him. The situation is exactly the same with us.
Unlike in an orphanage, children here live as they would in an ordinary family. All the mothers teach the children to launder their clothes, cook, clean up the home, and go shopping.
You've got it. Good job, well done.
Here is the money.
Have you got the receipt?
Yes.
If the mother is tired or ill, the older children are supposed to run the house and spend the family's budget sparingly. In Lydia's cottage, children take turns to see to it if breakfast is ready on time, the plates and dishes are washed, and the home is kept in order.
You're on duty. The girls are here for breakfast. Is the tea ready?
Almost a family. Almost because the people living here are not really relatives. The children know that Lydia is not their mother, and that she gets money because she looks after them. She has a daughter and grandchildren whom she does not see very often. There are conflicts here just like in any normal family.
In such situations, I would come home sobbing, but then somehow I calm down. On occasion, I do ask myself whether I really need all of this, but then I know that there's no getting away from what I'm doing for the children. I can't abandon them. My life is worthless without them. Nobody needs them except me.
Each children's village has a psychologist. Yelena Proskorekova visits each home to organize training sessions for the mothers and help them overcome psychological stress. But most of the time, she attends to the children.
For one reason or another, these children are deprived of their parents. It's a negative experience. It's a big loss. It's the most traumatic experience in someone's life.
Trying to overcome the children's mistrust of all adults is grueling work on a daily basis. Lydia feels she must always be true to herself, whatever she's doing. In that case, the children will trust their village mother. Orphanage number 4 in Vologda. 46 children of different ages live here. There are well-lit rooms, new furniture, colorful toys, and good food. Something that would seem to be natural in an ordinary home is missing. There is no fridge from which you could pinch a piece of sausage. Many of the children have never visited a shop and have no idea what a kitchen looks like.
Children in normal families are more fortunate than us. I'm not sure how I can describe it. Well, they have parents and feel better.
The most difficult job at a children's home is being a teacher in a preschool group. You have to be on your feet for 8 hours in a row running about, and you must not be distracted even for a moment.
Drop it. Good. Now catch it.
Irina Smirnova does not find her job very hard, because some time ago she worked at a kindergarten. She does not blame the children for the fact that their parents have abandoned them.
Children know how to behave at a kindergarten, but here the only norms of behavior they know are those adopted by this group. Children in a family maintain contact with their parents, they use public transport and go to the cinema. They are in full contact with the social environment, but here they are under lock and key, you might say.
A child boarder feels like they are in prison, although of course conditions here are much better. They're almost always in a stressful situation.
The director of the orphanage in Nizhny Novgorod is looking forward to the arrival of Carol and Ken Kshevitsky. They have covered the long distance between Chicago and the Russian city, hoping to find a child who would become their son. After going through final formalities, they will be able to meet the child they have seen on a photo. There's still time for them to change their minds and give up the opportunity to see the child. "14 years ago, Alexander Matveyev, a clown, met Natalia, a dancer. 13 years ago, Natalia gave birth to their son, Andrei. Later, she entered a circus school, and the Matveyevs began working together. Once a month or so, they visited children's orphanages to put on charitable performances. They talked to hundreds of orphans there. Finally, they decided to adopt a girl.
We feel the need to share what we have, be it money or the warmth of our hearts. Our own kid was 7 or 8 years old at the time, and we asked his advice.
Then they had to visit a countless number of state agencies. It took them several months of continuous efforts to obtain the necessary heap of papers. At long last, they got hold of all the necessary documents and were invited to visit the orphanage to meet with the child.
The door opens and in comes something looking like a hedgehog. That's what the girl looks like. And she goes, a real hedgehog. She darts for the corner and stands still. Come here, says the teacher. But the girl remains motionless.
She never looked up. You know, her hair looked like a crocus, which was bright green. Look here, the teacher said. Here are your mom and dad. And we say, yes, mom and dad.
Yes, we found her.
Yes, that's how we got our hedgehog.
To start with, Alexander and Natalia spent a good deal of time taking the girl to the doctor because she had chicken pox. Then they taught her to smile. They still think the girl looks like a hedgehog, but a cheerful hedgehog. A circus show every week is the best thing a child can dream of. Elizaveta enjoys helping her mother and father during their shows and feels like a queen among other children.
Louder!
Hocus pocus.
You are such magicians. Here's the rat. And look what we have at the end.